Only one game on the docket tonight that takes us to Loudoun County in Virginia. Welcome to Segra Field. Loudoun United set to take on New York Red Bulls 2. Tonight's broadcast presented by Segra. And with the former Red Bull and DC United player Lloyd Sam, Mike Watts on hand, these two sides are in unenviable positions in the Atlantic Division right now. For New York, they've played 3 games, only yielded 1 point. For Loudoun, they've only played 1 game. They don't have a point to their name yet. Lloyd, anytime the standings come into play, certainly there's something to play for. When it's DC and New York, it's always a little extra.
Yeah, you know, I know everything about these two organizations. On the MLS level, it's a fierce rivalry. I'm hoping that translates to the USL as well. So if it's like that, that should be a great game for us.
DC leads all time on the MLS side. And meanwhile, Loudoun, 3 wins from the 4 games these teams have met previously. Last time they met, August the 29th of 2020 here in Leesburg. Opening goal came in the 19th minute. Jake LaCava would bag 2 in this game. This ball from Caden Clark, though, delicious.
That's a great ball in behind, giving the LaCava a chance to run onto it. Look at that finish. Composure when he gets in.
Skip ahead to the 40th minute. Loudoun United would find an answer. Scoring goals was not a problem for them last year. Kairu Mustafa gets blown up at the end. He makes it 1 goal apiece on the assist from Gamble. LaCava would score again, however, in the final seconds of the first half. Red Bulls 2 would take the lead off that nice run.
I love that goal right there. Again, finishing on the run, that's one of the harder things to do.
Caden Clark would add a 3rd for Red Bulls 2 in the 56th minute. Red Bulls 2 feeling quite confident. They didn't have a lot of wins at this point in the young season. Loudoun in the 64th would get 1 back, but in the end, New York Red Bulls 2 are able to get the job done on the road. 3 goals to 2, one of their 5 wins of calendar year 2020. When you think about Jake LaCava and Kairu Mustafa, they each scored twice in that game. What excites you about Jake LaCava?
Jake LaCava, he's so direct. He gets the ball, he takes guys on, and what I really like about him is he's composed enough to get the finish in at the end of it. So we love to see that.
You're saying he's a little bit like you were when you were playing.
I think he might be better in the finishing end.
Okay, all right.
That's a big compliment, Jake LaCava.
Yeah, no doubt. Mustafa did score last time out for Loudoun. Can he get on the score sheet once more? It's always special when these two meet. We've got Red Bulls 2 and Loudoun when we return.
Download the new Loudoun United app to stay up to date during the 2021 season. Receive team news, roster updates, ticket specials, contests, and more delivered directly to your device.
This is business today. Fast, unpredictable, always changing. Shifting trends and technologies are pushing aside old rules. The unexpected is the new normal. At Segra, we'll help you navigate a complex future with state-of-the-art voice, internet, and data protection solutions. We know you have dreams, and we see your potential. Segra, freedom to grow.
If you were injured tomorrow, the ER may not be your best option. At Ortho Virginia, we can treat urgent orthopedic injuries without an appointment and diagnose non-urgent injuries virtually through video visits. Take the first step toward recovery, because stronger starts here.
Tonight's match is presented by Segra. With Leesburg, Virginia, it's Loudoun United One loss on the young season, coming off 2 weeks off against New York Red Bulls 2, their 4th game without a win thus far. With Lloyd, Sam, Mike Watts, tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Loudoun Economic Development. We begin with New York Red Bulls 2. They've got Marcucci in goal. So's the man who leads up front. And in speaking with John Wolnick, it was not even clear yesterday who'd be starting.
I'm looking forward to seeing how So, LaCava link up, especially on that left side. Raffanello as well. That should be interesting to see. Egbo should bring a lot of leadership from the back as well.
Meanwhile, Ryan Martin sending out this starting 11. Bolivar, Sergei, and Mustafa up front.
Mustafa, he's really the guy that I want to see. I'm very excited to see him. He should be dangerous all game long.
And excited to see Walls in the back. So stands over the ball. In Red Bull Red, we are underway from Leesburg, Virginia. Loudoun United taking on New York Red Bulls 2. One of the few midweek games on the schedule this week in the USL Championship. Got by Edelman. New York recovers. Zielinski. Zielinski struggling there. Lloyd, we spoke with both coaches, and it became quite clear early. Getting the first goal with such a young team on the field will make all the difference in the world.
Getting the first goal in any game is important. I mean, it settles you right down. Sometimes the game could be up and down, but you get a goal, you relax your shoulders, and then you get back to your game plan. So that's exactly what, for example, Ryan Martin was saying was very important for his side. Let's get that first goal, he was saying. So let's see what happens.
Samake to throw.
As a neutral, we won a lot of chances today. We'd love to see some goals. I loved watching the highlights of that last game, the 3-2 game. That was end-to-end.
Coup de Pietro. Early on, there's not much feeling out. Loudoun went right after New York from the opening whistle. Hopefully that portends well for a high-scoring affair.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Carmona. Positive slip through, recovered well by Loudoun, and it is a clean play. Now the foul from New York.
We have two young teams out here. You know we're going to get energy. Could be chippy at times, but I like this. Sometimes you get like big tactical games. I'm not sure if we're going to see that today. I think it might just be a bit of a track meet running up and down, and then when it settles down, you see a bit of ability.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing for the viewers. I think that's what we want to see.
Could cause our head coaches lose their hair a little bit faster, however.
Hey, both head coaches, you saw those standings. They would both love these points right now.
Samake throws in. Headed away from Akwe. Spits out the other way for Loudoun. Quickly setting up Mustafa on the run. And a dominant challenge in by Castillo.
Great recovery tackle there. He looks up for it already.
Castillo, 18 years young, out of Colombia, made his professional debut against Miami. Tossed in and trying to break into the 6-yard box. Leaning over is Marcucci to take over. Tonight's injury report is brought to you by Ortho Virginia, the official sports medicine partner of Loudoun United. No injuries reported for Loudoun, and Zayat's still out. So New York gets the first goal. 4th minute of play, Omar So on the board.
Exactly what we're saying. We thought this might be an exciting game. It's great to see them get to the byline and cut one back. Omar So, he's a guy that they talk about over there. They're quite excited about him. He'll be delighted to get that. Let's have a look at this. Raffanello gets to the byline. Great play from him. Once you get to the byline as a winger, don't just cross the ball anywhere. Don't just strike it across the box. Pick someone out. That's exactly what he did. Great finish by So.
A 20-year-old native of Harrison, New Jersey, went to Harrison High School. Almost assuredly used to go to Red Bull Arena and watch Lloyd Sam play. put simply.
I hope so. I mean, those they call those the glory years, right?
Uh-oh, dangerous ball back. This is going to be a shot in the foot, but it's not a nail in the coffin. It'll be a corner for New York Red Bulls, too, and you can see the goalkeeper, Forda, just trying to calm everybody down a bit.
Yeah, Forda's meant to be one of the leaders of this side, so whenever you go down early, you need someone just telling everybody to settle down. Guys, let's get back to our game. Mark up, get your man from these corners. Can you imagine the second goal's in?
Forda pushing and shoving a bit here with LaCava. Forda actually came to the United States in 2014 and went right into the Red Bull reserves at the time.
Got me confused, that's for sure.
A line of red shirts await.
Hey, we're definitely going to talk about the glory years a bit later as well.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. Corner, New York. Knotted down, cleared easily by Loudoun.
Already I'm identifying that Castillo playing left back against Mustafa is going to be a battle. Those two look like they're really going to be getting into it all game.
As the guy who's been in Mustafa's shoes far more than you've been in Castillo's shoes, do you look forward to that going into a game, knowing that you're going to have that dominant physical player to go up against and saying, if I can get by him, here we go?
I would say I don't look forward to it as on the attacking side because you're rather someone not so dominant. Look at Castillo getting back again. So in our glory years, I used to have a strong rivalry with a left back at Philadelphia Union called Fabinho. All my fellow players, they know exactly. I know the likes of BWP is at home laughing right now, but that was a real battle. And I would say I'd prefer someone I didn't have a rivalry with.
Fair enough.
But in the end, you have to just be more aggressive than the left back and just set the tone.
Quick throw in, and there those two are again. Mustafa sends this right to Marcucci. And a quick distribution for New York, who grabbed the goal in the 4th minute of play. Omar Sow. Loudoun's taken over. Advantage will be played. Not a lot on that effort as Michael Knapp closed it down.
Love the way this game started. You can just hear the sidelines as well, screaming things on. You could tell that the points at stake are big right now.
In a 32-game marathon of a season, do you begin to think about that 4 or 5 games in? Hey, we're on 1 point right now. Or is it too soon?
I think you just want to get points on the board every game you play, right? So wherever everybody else is, you should be going into every game trying to get 3 points, I would say. And for the likes of Red Bull 2, they've had 3 games. I believe they've got 1 point, and they're chasing teams. So they definitely want to catch up to those teams that are pulling away.
Raffanello was chasing down Mel, and ultimately Carmona kept it. Knapp.
And Mike, I call this group the group of death personally.
The Atlantic Division.
Atlantic Division is tough.
Mustafa. Good ball forward, sliding effort. A lot of turf pellets came out of that, but no strike at the ball. Zielinski sends it away. Bolivar and Sergei are both making those runs. Sergei, the dominant run down the middle.
There's that battle again down that right side. This time, Mustafa got the better of Castillo.
Loudoun will try the left this side.
Great ball.
Bolivar against Zielinski. Your pardon, Samake.
Oh.
Nice zigzagging run. And there's the foul. Not a ton to that.
I like the look of a couple jinks he just did in between the players. He could be dangerous going on in this game.
Aquay won the throw for Loudoun. Perhaps a hair dangerous there from Castillo.
He takes no prisoners. You could tell that already. 9 minutes gone.
Did play in the under 20 Copa Libertadores. I mean, really high level youth experience. This is really the first taste of the professional game. That can be a lot for some players. So far, it doesn't seem Juan Castillo's had any issue with it.
Yeah, where is he now?
Fair enough. The recovery here late, and Marcucci gets there.
How does that happen? When you get in those positions, though, as I was saying, got to pick out someone like RB2 did on the other end. Got to pick someone out when you get to the byline.
Carmona stepped in ably. Nice little interchange to get Raffanello on the ball. Floats along, LaCava chasing. Forda, that's simple enough.
There you go, TKD, that's what I'm talking about.
Here's the referee was calling for a potential head injury here and stopping play as Daniel Edelman makes his way off.
If I'm Edelman, I'll get up and say, watch where you're going. He's just literally just ran into him. That would annoy me on the field.
So Edelman is up and moving about. Edelman, American under-16 international, joined the Red Bull Academy out of that PDA Academy that produces so many good players in New Jersey. And maybe one of the key moments for him in preseason was Sean Davis going out publicly and saying, this kid's legit. This kid has a chance to be here for a while. And that was a sentiment echoed by John Wallenick when we spoke to him this week. They're very high on him.
I mean, first of all, shout out Sean Davis. That's a guy that was there when I was there. Great guy, good player as well. That definitely means something when he's coming out to say that, because you don't have to come out and say something like that. So he's definitely seen something he likes. Be interesting to see how Edelman handles the rest of the game.
Edelman only held out for a few seconds off the drop, and so who is being told to drop in a little bit more, able to find his way further up the field with Edelman's return. This is floated well beyond Coup de Pietro.
You hear the voices on the side. It sounds tense, right? It sounds pretty tense from the side. They need these points.
Doesn't feel much like a May game between a couple of teams a couple games into the season, does it?
It's funny I say need these points. It's so early in the season. It's Loudoun's second game, but that division, you need every point you can get. You got teams like Pittsburgh Riverhounds below the line.
Coup de Pietro running at the back line. Levels this aside. Further now, Samake. And there's Marcucci. Good run forward by the outside back to make this a far more overloaded situation. 14th minute, and Loudoun starting to find themselves.
That was a good move from Ryan Martin's side. Ryan Martin's done some good work with the young players at DC United. When I was there, he was an academy director. So he knows all about youth development, and I'm sure, I mean, he definitely wants to get something out of this game. He sounded pretty upbeat when we spoke to him as well. Didn't get the first goal, though. Look at these two.
Mustafa, there he goes. Mustafa along the end line, the cutback ball. Had a good idea. It was cut out. Coup de Pietro.
If I could talk to Mustafa, I'll just say, remember, we're picking someone out when you get to that byline. Can't let it get cut out by the first man.
How much of that is understanding other players' runs, especially when you haven't necessarily played with Sammy Sergi all that many times, or Giovanni Bolivar, who's new to the side altogether?
It's all about that, because when I'm wide and BWP's in the box, I mean, I'm already looking for BWP. Like, I'm already like, because I know what he wants. He wants that slid in. He's going to be in and around the center of the goal. Be in and around the center of the goal, and I know he's going to be there already. And if my ball doesn't come in, he's going to have some things to say to me.
I used to be credentialed in the Red Bulls locker room many, many years ago while you were still playing with BWP, and it was like you two were twins almost, the way you were always at each other's hip.
Yeah, I mean.
Mustafa here. Mustafa got by again. And again, Red Bulls up to the challenge. Edelman spins in tight quarters. Looking for a bit of help here from Tomball.
Mustafa is dangerous. He's dangerous. But I was saying BWP, you said it was almost like what? Sorry, we were twins.
Like you guys were twins, just always right next to each other, it seemed.
Well, imagine you're from South London and you come to New York Red Bulls. And then someone else you already know from South London comes to New York Red Bulls. You can imagine the chemistry is already there. So we like similar things. I tell you what we really like. We love playing Warzone.
Still to this day?
Still to this day. We were playing last night. If he's still up, I'll play when I get back.
LaCava bounced off Coup de Pietro. And that's a free kick here for Loudoun.
I was saying to him last night, I was going to talk about us playing Warzone when we get into there.
You did it. Well, here comes Loudoun powering downfield. And the early ball across on Mustafa, a heavy touch. But again, the target man in that wide area, this time cutting in further than before. Coup de Pietro once more.
Keep it up, guys. Keep it up.
Nikki Downs, who came in from Hartford Athletic. Nice interchange and the ball ahead. That's away by Zielinski. Smake, not that time. Zielinski.
Loudoun have picked up the tempo now, haven't they? Went 1-0 down early and they responded well.
You think about the only game they've played, they were already reduced a man by this point in the game. At Miami, gave up 2 goals. In Ryan Martin's words, a 1-minute lapse of concentration followed by the red card. And after that, they had 34 shots, a dozen on target.
Yeah, that's how quick a game can just change like that.
Bring it up, Loudoun.
I don't know what brought the lapse on, but you go 2-0 down early.
Here he comes again. Kairu Mustafa, and this time, good poke by Castillo.
I think it's like 4-3 between those two on that side, Castillo and Mustafa.
Would you count? Hey, at this point, I'm 4-3 against you.
Oh, I won't know the numbers, but I'll definitely know if I'm on top or behind. And I don't like being behind against my left back. It's a personal battle.
Mustafa, a couple goals when these teams met last year. Mentioned it in the pregame. Jake LaCava had a pair as well. Caden Clark was playing in that game and was instrumental as an assist maker.
Mike, you just mentioned Jake LaCava. Surprised he hasn't been on the ball much at all. I don't remember him touching the ball much, but he's one that I'm sure he's waiting for his opportunity to get the ball and really make something happen.
Back to Owen Walls here. He'll graduate high school in 2022. Played against Philadelphia Union 2 last weekend. They left the USL Championship, but some championship sides are still playing against Philly. That's how Loudoun chose to fill that bye week.
Here he is.
Here's LaCava. LaCava dances towards So. Edelman will let this roll wide, and that's floated beyond Forda. So how do you want to see LaCava get into the game more? What can New York do to get him on the ball?
I'll say personally, if I'm LaCava now, I would say to my left back behind me, Castillo, hey, literally, I'd say I haven't touched the ball much. So when you get it, don't take it back to the other side, get me some touches. I'd also say that to my midfield. Someone like Dax McCarty, I would turn to him and say, Dax, you know I haven't had the ball in the last 15. Get me that ball.
Let's go, let's go. That's it. Go, go.
I used to annoy some people a little bit with that.
You've got that head honcho kind of energy.
Because I wasn't saying it that nice sometimes.
Another big battle here up front. And you get the feeling Sammy Sergi would like the ball a little bit more at his feet as well. Dicing ball was ill-fated. Downs knocks it wide. Nicky Downs again, 25 years old, out of Connecticut.
Yeah, Downs looks like a lot goes through him. A lot of the moves start with him.
This time it's Coup de Pietro who had extended over top and booted out by Castillo. Not a bad throw either. And the offside flag would have gone up regardless.
It's nice to see fans in the stand. I mean, it doesn't even need to be full right now. Just seeing any fans in the stand after what we've been through, everybody, it's great to see.
Starting to see more clubs in the championship get to 50% or beyond capacity moving forward. Stampeding supporters behind the New York goal. Well done by Garay. Garay, a guy DC is really excited about right now. Downs.
Take care of that. Take care of that last little bit.
Walls. Samake towards Sergi, one-handed awkwardly by Marcucci. That's enough.
Keep getting those balls in the box for the strikers. Whenever wide, try and get something in the box.
Nakava combed that infield and recovered here by Loudoun. That slide is perfection from Knapp.
Great tackle in there.
Edelman quickly rolled on to Raffanello. Time in Philadelphia, time in Indy as well. And it's worth noting that this 3-4-3 that Loudoun is playing was not the formation they played against Miami. So much of this is, when you talk to both these coaches, having a base and allowing the system to work regardless of the formation you use. But you have to think for New York, that was a bit of a surprise seeing them come out this way.
Yeah, they must have wanted to change things after the Miami game. I saw Downs get the ball in the midfield, and Mustafa made a great run in behind. He would have been in. I just saw that at the corner of my eye. That ball has to go there. That ball has to go. Sorry. I just got into the winger union mode for a second.
That's a good thing.
Got to look after the wingers.
You saying they don't get enough credit as it is?
They get dragged off at the 70th minute every game. You know how it is.
Ryan Martin was named head coach back in 2019, was an assistant to John Harkes. We were talking about Greenville's success. And his time at Cincinnati, how that helped him prepare for a head coaching job over the past few years.
I think he'll be happy with the way they've performed after 23 minutes, but it's conceding that first goal. I know that was a huge emphasis on their first goal, so to concede that again early, disappointing.
conversely, you get the feeling both coaches, if they gave up the first goal, wanted to see what the response would be. Through to Pedro. Bowled over. Referee shaking her finger back and forth on Mustafa continues, and Castillo's there again.
They're going to need to get this man some help on this side. They're doubling up on him. Let's see it.
Is this enough for you?
Looked like he was expecting it. Or was waiting for the contact to go down. It looked a little. What do you think, Mike?
Hey, I don't have the resume you do. This is hey, your world.
I like to ask questions as well when I'm in the booth.
Edelman bounces away, LaCava now. If anything, you wonder if that contact is right at the edge of the penalty area, too, and with no VAR, how that would go. So, was looking for a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow and came nowhere near it. Forda keeps this from being a throw-in.
He's got one, so probably feeling himself after getting one. Didn't quite execute that. But yeah, it's all been down. A lot has been down this right side. It's a shame Loudoun letting that early goal because they look very comfortable now.
This played right into the teeth of the Red Bull press, and Edelman's touch, followed by a slide. Raised a few eyebrows.
So that's what commentators curses then. I just said they look very comfortable.
Garay certainly uncomfortable. Edelman shown yellow.
But you know, Mike, sometimes you go a goal down and that's when players want to be brave and settle down. It's like, can you do it before that happens? Look like he got the ball here, but maybe a bit.
I gotta tell you, the fans here have not held back either. No prisoners.
Hey, man. It's that DC United Red Bull rivalry right there.
That's right. Danielle Chesky is the referee. Megan Mullen working on one touchline. William Adden on the other touchline, rather. Danielle Chesky, well known in NWSL circles, one of their best referees. Effort across, bouncing off the crossbar, now Sergi hammers it home. Loudoun has responded, and they have leveled it in the 27th.
They deserve that. They deserve that goal. This is down to Bolivar on the left wing. When it comes back, watch the way he pushes it past this player. He could have took a couple touches. But he decides, let me be aggressive here. Look at this touch here. Let me be aggressive. Look at that. Don't underestimate that touch. Some wingers might get the ball, take a couple touches, a step over. Sometimes you just have to push it past the guy. Good finish in the end as well. Yeah, you got to be there, center of goal. What did I say to you? Center of the goal. That's where the striker needs to be. Good things happen.
He was tweeting yesterday to the Loudoun Stampede, the supporters group, hyped to see all tomorrow. And as soon as he scored, he went over and saw each of them individually. That goal is brought to you by Loudoun Economic Development, always here to help you with your business goals. And Lloyd, it's game on now.
It's game on. This is the game we expected. I'm so excited to be covering this game, honestly, because 1-1, it's been all action. And this is what, in fact, when we spoke to the coaches, it's basically what they...
Exactly what they said.
It's exactly what they said. They said it will be an exciting game, end to end. We want more goals.
I work with too many defenders and goalkeepers. This is a breath of fresh air to have someone say we need more goals.
We need more goals. Listen, in fact, I ended up a defender right before I retired, so I can see both sides of it.
Indeed. This is Carmona. Injured player down for Loudoun behind. Raffanello has options.
Raffanello had a chance to get it out to Jake LaCava there. So you remember when I said earlier?
Well, there's not a ton in that there. But there is enough from Akwe to concede a really difficult free kick.
Mike, you remember when I said earlier I would have gone to the midfielders and said, hey, get me on the ball. That's a chance for the midfielder to get it out to him. It's an interesting area for a free kick, though.
When you were in D.C., who was the free kick taker from this spot on the field?
Who's the free kick taker? What a question. I feel like when I went to D.C., I immediately was on some of the free kicks and corners.
Okay.
But they wouldn't give me the attacking free kicks. They gave me the boring stuff. So I was taking corners and things like that. As soon as it was something, Rob Vincent was a guy that he could strike a ball.
It'll be so into the wall. And, well, he committed the foul, and he took the brunt of that, Wahab Akwe.
But when I was at New York Red Bulls, that would be Sasha Klestrin all day. He was taking everything. You couldn't get near it. You could not get near it.
Before that, I assume I've seen many Thierry Henry goals from that scenario.
Oh, we going back to
Way
Thierry
back.
times. Yeah. He was on corners as well, actually. He scored from a corner one game.
He did.
I
Steve
remember.
Cangelosi at the time called it from the impossible angle, the Olympico.
Yeah. Thierry was always down to try something. And it normally came off. We need to get Thierry watching USL games, don't we? I'm going to make a request. I'm going to make a request.
He's still taking your calls.
Let me try and see. I might have to request his new number first.
Closing in on 31 minutes gone. This has been the battle of this night so far. Mustafa lining up. And instead, away from Castillo. Now free kick won by Garay. The challenge in by Carmona, the young Venezuelan attacker.
I said earlier, Mustafa made a run and then the ball didn't come. This time his right back is overlapping him. A good little run there. Can you see your right? You need to have a little union on the side between right back and right wing.
There's Coup de Pietro. Sets up Downs. Flicks it wide. Samake bounding all the way through. That took a flick. Does find Coup de Pietro a second time, who combs through, serves to the back post.
It looked like I saw a hand in there.
Well, so too did the players, it appears. And how's this for a quick distribution? It's off the mark, but the idea was decent.
It looked like he kicked it before the ref gave a penalty. I thought I saw something in there.
Sergi blown up from behind by Tombol. Knapp comes down to LaCava. Carmona couldn't sweep through. Instead, Mustafa now.
Look, he's gone again.
There he is.
Castillo, you got to follow your runner.
Trying to get back, and boy, what a dominant sliding challenge that was by Emir Tombol.
Mustafa has energy. He has energy. He's been non-stop up and down. And I imagine Castillo's probably breathing right now, trying to keep up with him.
And the Red Bull philosophy encourages that willingness to extend forward and make those runs. But if you're beat, that could be a real issue.
Exactly, Mike. Let's see what happens here.
Zielinski, nice.
When we were playing that for Red Bulls, that was the big concern. Sometimes when we high press, we played against Kaká one time, and we lost this game 5-2 to Orlando. He had a little bit of, well, not a little bit. He had the ability to get out of it every time. Let's say he would roll a man or a quick little smart turn, and they're in on goal. Oh, my goodness.
Good flick through by Coup de Pietro. Sergi making the run. Mustafa had to play that behind him a bit. Somehow this finds Downs. And Knapp held him up long enough for Edelman to come in and take over.
Ref's been quite liberal.
Well, at minimum, Ryan Martin vocalizing that thought.
I was wondering who was saying it. Was that Ryan Martin?
If I know the voice right, LaCava.
I should know the voice. When I was doing my coaching badges, I was working with the academy actually, and let's see what happens.
Gray, send that to another county.
So that was my main memory of Ryan Martin, being in and around the academy at that time, working with some of the young players.
It was Bolivar, rather, who sent that out of play. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ plus community through the Forever Proud project. The USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more, uslsoccer.com/forever-proud.
Good little play from Edelman in the middle there. Yeah, Ryan Martin might feel a little bit hard done by for some decisions haven't really gone their way. I see him getting a bit animated on the side.
For Castillo, went down really awkwardly into the turf. Mustafa is shown a yellow. Sergei's gone into that mix.
We get the card. 75, that was you 20 minutes ago.
Oh, we got fans back.
We do. All the while, first thought has to be Juan Castillo's health.
These two have been going at it. You asked me if I like it if it's aggressive. I mean, you have to embrace it. You have to embrace the challenge. Once it gets aggressive and you know that a guy's coming for you, whether you like it or not, you need to succeed. You need to impose your will on him, so you're going to have to rise to that. I never started as an aggressive player, but towards the end...
You finished one?
A bit of an angry man on the field.
Well, Danielle Chesky, you saw that card being filled out. One would imagine we're well on our way to filling that card completely, and the attention turns to Juan Castillo here. That second leg came in almost to create a pair of scissors under Castillo. Just went down really awkwardly. What's that conversation for Ryan Martin with his players right now? What do you want to see from Loudoun in the last 10 or so minutes of this first half?
I think he'll be encouraged from what's happened from the whole half, really. Apart from the goal that he's letting, I think they've been on top. So he's probably just saying more of the same, energy, be aggressive, be explosive, and they've done all those things. So probably more of the same. He'll be delighted to be at 1-1 right now and not go into the half one down still. They could nick another one before halftime though. I think Castillo's all right. Maybe just needed a breather.
John Wallnick looks on. It's intriguing talking to him about the diaspora of players that have come out of New York Red Bulls too and made impacts all over the league. Speedy Williams was able to score against Red Bull last time out, but in each of the first 3 games Red Bulls 2 have played this year, the opponent had a player who came off the Red Bulls 2 roster and scored against them.
That's right. I believe Zico Lewis scored.
Charleston.
Zico Lewis scored one.
Mustafa in, and well done by Knapp.
I played with a couple Red Bull 2 players last year at Miami FC. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. We had Janos Lobe. I think there was a couple more.
Janos was a Fordham guy like John Wallnick, and a Red Bull under 23 into Red Bulls 2 as a draft pick.
Yeah, and a good guy as well. He might be watching.
This corner kick is brought to you by Loudoun Economic Development, a team that's always in your corner. Rising header, doinks off the crossbar. The ricochet gets sent wide.
They deserve 5 Oscars. They convinced you.
Vincent Bezecourt, that's another one that was there at Miami FC. Good player, technical player.
Garay with this service.
But look at this. Wow. Could have been 2-1 up. Unlucky. Good header.
Cover.
Akwe got the first ball, but LaCava recovers. So holds. Slips. Akwe's there again.
Got to take care of that. Got to take care of that ball in the final third.
You can't even do a foul right.
Jeremy Garay
Get it over here.
will hob Akwe.
Oh, the big one. Come on.
Zielinski, long run. He gets tied up.
Yellow. Be consistent.
Free kick. Loudoun. It's an appeal from the bench for Zielinski to go in the book. He won't.
He's pushed it past him again. I mean, he's got the beat of him on that side.
Go Loudoun! Go Loudoun!
Smake getting way down the line again.
Way down the line. He's been lively down that left side. Been impressed with him. What he did for the first goal. I'm sure he's going to have more moments in this game.
Ryan Martin says Jeremy Garay among the best passers coming out of this academy. That ball simply handled by Loudoun for the moment. And now Edelman pulls through, leading Carmona. That took a deflection, appeal for a handball. And a yellow card for the handball as well. The free kick for Red Bulls 2 in mighty good real estate.
Yeah, it's a great area to get a free kick.
Coup de Petro.
You never know what's handball these days, right? some are given, some aren't. You never know what's going to be given. If that's in the box, will they give a penalty?
I keep reading the rule book, and it's never any clearer.
Yeah, all the best with that.
We'll be Wiki Carmona here. Has played one game in MLS this year against Sporting. Carmona stands over the ball, lonesome, with a wall of 5 Loudoun players, becoming 6. And so the smoke screen.
Is it 2022 yet?
Carmona.
Underwhelming. Red Bulls in the first half, apart from the goal, not been dangerous. Jake LaCava, expected a lot from you. Was excited to see you, bigged you up before the game. Let's hope he comes out second half, trying to make something happen for his team. There's a bit of confusion over the press over there as well.
LaCava chases. Garay. Karam leads to a Loudoun throw. Coming up at halftime, a look at some of the scores from around the league this weekend. Look at the upcoming schedule around the championship and some news and notes as well. Got you all caught up. First half highlights and stats as well.
I'm surprised how chippy the crowd is down there.
Just because he stumbled for 2 steps, you can say play on.
But are you? Are you really?
I mean, coming from where I'm from, South London, I mean, it gets even chippier, but I want to go to Millwall away. You should go to one of those games one day, Mike.
That's a memorable experience.
That's the area that I'm from. That's the closest team, but very rowdy fans down there. Their slogan is "No one likes us, we don't care." So that tells you a little bit about them.
That's my slogan too, believe it or not.
You're like, this sounds familiar.
Yeah. Closing it on stoppage time here. There will be 4 additional minutes. We've had some injuries in this first half as well. Stoppage time brought to you by Ortho Virginia, the official sports medicine partner of Loudoun United FC. It's a bit scatterbrained at the moment, but now Loudoun tries that long diagonal that had been so effective.
Yeah, the game has settled down a little bit. I mean, it was frantic at first, up and down. You can imagine players probably needed breathers.
So
actually, they're young guys. They don't need breathers.
I was going to say sometimes there's some naivety, but ball across. Sergei has got a goal already. This will be a corner for Loudoun. 3 minutes left in first half stoppage.
They were dangerous on their last corner, so let's see if they can make something happen again.
Corner kick is brought to you by Loudoun Economic Development, a team that's always in your corner. Header again, rising over top. Tomble, Timmy Mell made really solid contact with it, but steered it outside the frame.
They've been dangerous from corners. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more chances from wide free kicks and corners. That's a real chance. He's got his head in his hands. He knows that's a chance there.
Bracketed by Egbo and Tomble. Egbo got a decent amount of time in MLS last year. Played 9 games, started 6 for Red Bulls. Castillo sends this into the stands, and right now it feels like Loudoun's the side more likely to find a goal late in this first half. It was level, 1 goal apiece, and these teams met last year on this site. It was the 5th minute of stoppage time that Red Bulls 2 took the lead and never relinquished it. Carmona for LaCava. Akwe.
I would love to tell LaCava, if you're running and the guy's running with you, just stop and you can get the ball to feet sometimes. He likes it in behind, though, so I understand.
Edelman, good idea in this on the outside of the netting from Omar Sow, who bagged a goal earlier in the match all the way in the 4th minute.
You have to add variety to your game. You can't just go in behind every time. They know that's coming. Start running in behind, stop. You will find a wealth of space. And conversely, you can come short after that and then go in behind. There will now be space. You have to play a bit of cat and mouse. Great ball.
Gray stretching the field horizontally.
Take him one again.
Smake Turn by Downs. Final seconds of this first half. Bolivar ahead. Sergi went down. Well, everyone in this stadium outside Red Bull colors is screaming for a penalty. This will reach up to Marcucci and almost assuredly send us into halftime.
He got his toe to the ball, to be fair to him. It was the way his leg flipped up in the air that I wouldn't have been surprised if the ref gave it. Been impressed with Sergi though. He's held up the ball, he backs his body in. He's not afraid of that physical challenge.
Well, Sergi looks incredulous as he makes his way off. And we've had the excitement-packed first half we were hoping for. Both sides will head to the dressing room, and the referees have certainly gotten a fair amount of flack from both sides at this stage. It is halftime in Leesburg, Virginia. We always figured there'd be some goals in this one. Halftime will be presented by Segra. Halftime highlights, stats, look around the USL Championship as well. So scored first. Sergi responded. 1-1 at halftime.
This is business today. Fast, unpredictable, always changing. Shifting trends and technologies are pushing aside old rules. The unexpected is the new normal. At Segra, we'll help you navigate a complex future with state-of-the-art voice, internet, and data protection solutions. We know you have dreams, and we see your potential. Segra, freedom to grow.
In the heart of DC's wine country lies a retreat and conference center like no other, where award-winning chefs create signature dishes using local farms, where the wine is poured just miles from the vines and the beer is brewed right next door, where challenge courses invigorate and meeting rooms inspire, where the welcome starts at check-in and continues throughout your stay. Like Loudoun United, the National Conference Center builds world-class teams in the place we all call home. Saddle up.
Welcome back, everybody. Halftime is presented by Segra. Loudoun 1, Red Bulls 2-1. Mike Watts, Lloyd Sam. Let's get you caught up on some of what's been going on around the USL Championship. This was the matchup everyone was talking about over the weekend. It was the final that wasn't. November 1st, it was supposed to be Rowdies and Phoenix for the USL Championship final. The game was canceled because of COVID-19 among the Rowdies covered players. The Rowdies would get the opening goal in this affair. It was an own goal, however, and that sort of set the tone. These are the two teams I think everyone's looking to most right now, Lloyd.
Yeah, I know a lot about the Rowdies. Played against them 4 times last year. They're so organized. Neil Collins has done a great job. Dos Santos wasn't there, but I love what I'm seeing from him.
Gets over Dos Santos, perfect little dummy, sets up Leo Fernandez. This would be just out of halftime with the Rowdies leading. Here's Steven Dos Santos finding his way into the mix. He's been fantastic.
Mike Watts, center of the goal. Remember that, center of the goal. A manager said that to me one time. Every time you cross it, put it in the center of the goal. And that's where the strikers need to be.
And in the 68th minute, it didn't come from much, but this goal from Santi Moar was nice.
I like this guy. He's got a lot to his game. He comes in off that left side and he can distribute and score. Smart, intelligent player.
The Rowdies and Rising, it ends up being Tampa Bay 2-1 and some hard feelings after the match as well. We did want to make mention of the fact that this is, tell me about these young men. Tell me one thing I don't know about each Lloyd Sam.
Each Lloyd Sam, the one on the right there, once I came to, you put me on the spot here. Once I got to Red Bulls, that's when I really found my consistency as a player on the wing. Every time I came to Red Bull Arena, I would turn up looking to take the fans off their seats, if you would. Once I got to DC United, after the trade, that was hard after the trade, but once I got over that, I really developed the mental side of my game. And on both sides of the derby, I think I never lost I can't say that, I need to check the stats. I don't remember losing an Atlantic derby, actually. But when I was at DC, we had a lot of draws. At Red Bulls, we had a lot of wins.
For what it's worth, your hair looks much more like DC United Lloyd Sam now.
No. What I've got now is crazier than that. what I've got now, even that one, listen, what I've got now, this hasn't been touched in like 7-8 months. Touched.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
It's 1-1 at halftime here. Halftime presented by Segra. We'll take a look
Dave
around
Casper.
the league when we come back.
This is Jake Edwards, and you are listening to Steal Some Time.
First buy or sell of the day. Oscar Minez is a top 3 set piece specialist in the USL Championship. Scott, you buying or selling that?
Take all the money in my bank account. I think, Oscar, I will buy that. And really, I would say that I would have bought that from like 2017, 2018 on.
Brought down one time, what a strike! Dion, he now has a brace. Quintanilla on the board. Into the back net, Dylan Miras. Harris sends it out. And a goal there by El Paso.
In the heart of DC's wine country lies a retreat and conference center like no other, where award-winning chefs create signature dishes using local farms, where the wine is poured just miles from the vines and the beer is brewed right next door, where challenge courses invigorate and meeting rooms inspire, where the welcome starts at check-in and continues throughout your stay. Like Loudoun United, the National Conference Center builds world-class teams in the place we all call home. Saddle up.
If you were injured tomorrow, the ER may not be your best option. At Ortho Virginia, we can treat urgent orthopedic injuries without an appointment and diagnose non-urgent injuries virtually through video visits. Take the first step toward recovery, because stronger starts here.
Download the new Loudoun United app to stay up to date during the 2021 season. Receive team news, roster updates, ticket specials, contests, and more delivered directly to your device.
Halftime is presented by Segra. Loudoun United 1, New York Red Bulls 2-1. Let's take a look at news and notes from around the USL Championship, get you caught up if you missed anything this past week. The Clear Audio USL Player of the Week is Matt Van Okel. 1-0 win, 5 saves against Memphis 901 FC. And yes, he assisted the game winner by Nico Brett in front of over 10,000 fans in Birmingham. We've got the USL Championship on ESPN Deportes on Thursday. Austin Bold hosting Western Conference finalist El Paso Locomotive. That'll be 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And the USL Championship on ESPN Deportes continues on June the 15th. Indy 11 taking on Pittsburgh Riverhounds. They met in one of the first games after the pandemic. Tyler Pasher scoring a wild 30-yard game-winning goal in the final seconds of stoppage time in Pittsburgh. Let's take a look at some scores from the weekend around the USL Championship. Aforementioned Birmingham victory, important for them. Hartford and Pittsburgh were locking horns all of 2020. In the end, they'd split the spoils on Saturday afternoon, 1 goal apiece. New Mexico, first home game in nearly 600 days. They had to play all of 2020 away from Isotopes Park. They had about 8,000 in attendance, 3-1 over Austin. Tacoma continuing a good run of form. They've beaten San Diego and Orange County in back-to-back games. And OKC getting just a point against Atlanta United 2 side that they had played 2 weeks earlier. Upcoming schedule around the USL Championship. It's all on ESPN+. On Friday night, Colorado Springs will open their brand new stadium. Same name as the old one, actually, Widener Field. It'll be live on ESPN Plus and SiriusXM FC when they take on New Mexico United. Upstart FC Tulsa will see Atlanta as they continue their swing through the state of Oklahoma. And Pittsburgh, Charlotte, both sides coming off positive results. Pittsburgh, the draw, and Charlotte, their 3-0 stunning victory against the Battery in Charleston. It's 1-1 here. Neither of these sides have a win yet this season. Can they break apart under the lights in Leesburg in the second half? 1-1 at the break. Highlights and second half kick when we return.
This is business today. Fast, unpredictable, always changing. Shifting trends and technologies are pushing aside old rules. The unexpected is the new normal. At Segra, we'll help you navigate a complex future with state-of-the-art voice, internet, and data protection solutions. We know you have dreams, and we see your potential. Segra, freedom to grow.
Halftime is presented by Segra. Loudoun United, New York Red Bulls, 1 goal apiece at halftime from Segra Field in Leesburg. Let's take a look at first half highlights. They are brought to you by Segra, and the highlights began early in this one. 4th minute of play. It's direct from the goalkeeper. Omar Sow runs under it, and what a finish.
Yeah, early on, we were just setting up into the game. Good little pullback. I told you, you got to pick out players when you get to that byline. Good finish.
Raffanello grabs the assist off that little give and go with the young Omar Sow, and the 20-year-old buries the opening tally for New York Red Bulls too. We spoke so much about the importance of the first goal. Loudoun would respond, however. This has been the battle we couldn't keep our eyes off of.
It's been an amazing battle down this side. I hope it continues like that second half between these two. It's been fun to watch.
Ball for Sergi. He meets the turf monster.
This push here. Love that. That sets up the goal. Attacking players have to be aggressive.
Samake got it across, and, well, off the rebound, Sergi. Bang, bang.
Sergi's been good as well.
That was in the 27th minute, and Samson Sergi makes it 1 goal apiece. He celebrated with the fans, and you can tell how much that meant to him, too.
I love the emotion.
24-year-old from Virginia. Here's the halftime stats presented by Segra. The possession number, does that really surprise you?
That does not surprise me at all. They've had all the play, really. I would imagine Red Bulls, too, are going to respond second half. They need to. We need to see some of their big players as well. So let's see what happens.
Meanwhile, the news from New York Red Bulls earlier today, Aaron Long injured his Achilles, underwent a successful surgery to repair that ruptured Achilles tendon. This was released by New York Red Bulls, too, earlier today as the Red Bulls players and staff coming together. Just a devastating injury, not only for the Red Bulls, but also, let's be frank, for the U.S. men's national team with a very busy calendar upcoming, hoping for the best for Aaron Long's recovery.
Yeah, I really love Aaron Long's game, and he's a great guy as well. So it really hurt to hear the news. So speedy recovery for him.
Red Bulls did make a sub at halftime. Back by Edelman. So plotted that along. So finds So. Excellent read by Coup de Pietro. The Red Bull 2 takes it right back. And launched ahead by Castillo. LaCava. Michael DeShields came in at halftime for Loudoun. Replaced Owen Walls, who was really only with Loudoun for about 3 days in the lead up to this game. He'd been training with DC United and really, from what we've heard, impressed the MLS staff. Substitution brought to you by Segra.
So this new half, I'm looking to see Red Bulls with a bit of a response. They've not really played probably how Coach John would have wanted to see them play here. So he must have got after them a little bit at halftime. Some of their attacking players as well that need to show up.
So rolled it forward. A little tug there, back of DeShields.
Play Loudoun.
Try to explain to someone like me who has no talent on the ball, when Red Bull 2 starts to press in on you, what's going through your mind? Are you trying to find that next pass, or are you just trying to find the best approach to get out of that first line of pressure rather than thinking forward 3 steps?
I think you're thinking that first line of pressure, and you want to give it to someone with the opportunity that can maybe turn or maybe show a little bit of ability and get past the next one. But when we used to press, we used to run at them so fast that we wanted to take that time away, so they didn't even have time to even figure out the next pass. And they would be surprised by it a lot of the time.
Smake out under Knapp, maintained by Garay. Jeremy Raffanello came out at halftime, and Mitchell came on in his stead. Ball for Sergi, pushed away by Egbo. Subs brought to you by Segra. Well, if you can dribble like that, why not? Impressive little display from Timmy Mel.
If you can sidestep the press past one guy, often there's good things that will happen after it. Just getting past one guy. That's why it can be dangerous. It's risk reward, right? So
terrific little build-up here. Smake waits, and a good recovery by Zielinski sliding in.
That one maybe he should have put in first time. Earlier in the game, he pushed it past someone. That was the right decision. But I see a striker in there. This is the one I talked about. If BWP's in there.
Ball across, and this handled with Knapp there.
Step to him.
Good ball.
Mitchell bounces through. Adelman picking out a target. Didn't reach Zielinski.
Loudoun can be happy with how they've started this game. Obviously second half now, but they've been pretty solid. I watched a little bit of their game against Miami FC, and they look like a different team now. Credit Ryan Martin for the work they've done in between then and now.
We spoke to him so much of the last 15 days. They did play a game against Union 2 outside the league. Was watching film, and what decisions can you make in specific moments to help the attack be better?
Yeah, when you have that amount of time, 2 weeks, it's a nice amount of time to get things right. You know, when you lose games, there's sometimes you're in big teams and you lose games and you have meetings together and you talk about how it can get better and you hope to see a response. And this is a response.
Mel found Garay. Downs couldn't dance through. Now he's taken over from the feet of Knapp. Dicing ball is too strong, but play will come back. A foul as Downs was ripped down, releasing.
And Mustafa, he knows how to run off the ball. That run that he was making, it just came a little bit late. I think Downs was being fouled at the time, but at his young age already, he knows he's an intelligent runner.
Only 19.
And Mike, how many times has he got him behind? That doesn't just happen by accident.
DePietro. Well, there he is.
There he is.
Held his run. Mustafa cuts back. Sergei with a blast. Sergei slides in. Samake gave chase. And that is a foul from Sergei.
I think the ref needs to understand that. They're like, let's see it again before I comment, because looked like he got the ball. Okay, he left his feet a little. He did contact him. But Sergei, he hasn't got much from the ref today, and then now he gets booked. On the first play, the other way around.
Sergei has very gifable reactions to things, doesn't he?
He's very animated.
The goal celebration, both with the fans and on his own, roaring like a lion. Now his reaction to that yellow card.
I like guys like that. You see their emotions.
Akwe. Bounced by Downs. Who steps in now.
It's not been Jake LaCava's game so far. But he's a young guy, you know, he'll sit down, he'll watch the game, and he'll think about what he could have done better. When I'm watching him, I feel like it's the mindset to impose your will on the game no matter what. No matter what's thrown on you, you have to come in with that determined mindset.
This time Sergei wins the free kick, up and over from Zielinski.
Give him the yellow! That's why you have it! You tell his teammates not to do it, he does it, you let him get away.
Well, there's one fan louder than all the others tonight.
Yeah, I'm worried about that fan. I don't.
Our third in the booth.
I'm like, I don't want him to say something a bit over the top. Oh, I love that.
Oh, and there's the ball ahead toward Bolivar.
Good play.
Offside flag was up, but the concept of it, brilliant.
Sometimes you don't need to see too much in the player. You just see one moment and you know they've got ability.
Samake steps in, launches the cross. Mustafa was getting under that like he was going to pounce. DePietro, Downs, clipped through. Tomball had it covered. Push at the back of Carmona, who feigns and gets by Garay. Garay stepped in. Red Bulls continue the attack. Okay. Wahab Akwe with a little bit of razzle-dazzle, and Garay. You can't doubt the talent of some of these younger players. It is impressive.
Yeah. There's been a lot of ability on show. Number 4 for Loudoun, Garay. I've been impressed with some of his touches. He just showed a lot of ability, and then he did a little nutmeg after. Looking forward to him getting on the ball more this second half.
Ryan Martin told me a year ago his composure second to none on this roster. Advantage played. Smake again.
You'd love that going near Sergei. The big target man.
Here's Garay again.
Loudoun on top still. Looking like if anyone's going to score, it's them.
Injured Red Bulls player down.
Look at the sportsmanship here. Never thought I'd see this.
Well, these aren't necessarily born and bred Red Bulls and DC players. There are a lot of guys here who've been in the academy for many, many years and get to these professional levels, and you've played against each other so many times that it's almost bred in you. But you think about Mustafa, only came in a year ago. You think about Lakava, really interesting backstory, coming through the Barca residency in Arizona and then through the Galaxy Academy into Red Bull Academy after that, but a native of Connecticut. Maybe they just don't know how to hate yet. They're innocent.
Can you imagine Dax going to give Perry Kitchen a little a little hamstring stretch? It could never happen in my mind. And Perry was a tough guy to play against in that midfield as well.
Castillo is up. And still going, Perry Kitchen, now with Columbus.
Yep, he's with BWP over there. Still going. A lot of them are still going that I played with, actually. I just happened to drop out early. Now I'm in the booth. It's cozy in the booth, though. It's not so bad. It's not so bad up here.
No, you don't have to ice at all afterwards.
Can have a laugh and a joke and watch football.
Closing in on the hour mark of the Lloyd-Sam derby.
The Lloyd-Sam derby. There's been a few that's crossed over. Dax has played for both. Felipe's played for both, I believe, as well.
That's going to be the end of the night for Juan Castillo. That was a big ask. Curtis Ofori's come on in his stead. What do you make out of the performance that he did provide against Mustafa out wide?
Honestly, I feel like he needed more help. It looked like he needed more help. It wasn't even just Mustafa. Other times it was other guys getting down on that side. When it's like that, other guys need to recognize and try and help him out. It's not an easy task. Mustafa's a good player.
Here comes Red Bull powering forward. So a seeking ball for Carmona.
Can you go to the left side there? The ball should have gone to the left.
Changes galore coming now. Logan Pancho makes his way in. He's brother of Austin Pancho, another big-time collegiate player. Austin's at Omaha for Logan Pancho, his first season. Second-round draft pick by DC United. Sergei comes off. He's replaced by Darluis Paz.
That's a shame Sergei's coming off. He's been lively all game. He's got his goal. I fancied him to cause some more problems up there.
Massimo Farron has come on. So 3 changes here to complement the previous addition of Michael DeShields to the game. All substitutions brought to you by Segra. For what it's worth, I believe it's 39 players who've crossed from one side of the Atlantic Cup to the other.
Yeah, famous one was Mike Petke.
Mm-hmm.
My coach. Shout out Mike Petke as well. He coached with his heart.
Well, Red Bull making this interesting. Falls for So dances around the goalkeeper. Florida got a pace. Referee comes in.
What is So saying there? I thought he was waving off saying it wasn't a foul. I was like, wait, what's going on?
Well, Florida is shown a yellow for this, as one would anticipate. And Red Bulls striding toward the penalty spot.
Mike, it looked like this ball could have got dealt with, honestly. Let's see what happened here. Oh, he's missed the ball. He's missed the ball.
How much contact is there here?
I mean, it looked like if he stayed up, he would have scored, though. So it's hard to say that there wasn't much, but just got to deal with that ball coming. It's a straight ball. Your team has been in it all game. Got to make that play and get that ball out of there.
Well, come down to Mandela Egbo now to try and put New York ahead. Florida awaits. Egbo delivers. New York Red Bulls 2 grab the advantage in the 64th minute off the penalty drawn by So.
Look at them celebrate now. That's got to feel good. They haven't played super well in this game, and they've took the lead. They took the lead again. The ball should have been dealt with, but good penalty. I was watching the Red Bull 2 game, and he scored a penalty already, and I heard my former teammate Connor Lade say how good he is from the spot kick. Yeah, looks quite assured there. But I'm frustrated for Loudoun. They've played too well to let in a goal like this. Got to deal with that ball.
Egbo in the 64th. Player who spent 4 years in Germany after coming through the Crystal Palace youth setup. He's made it 2-1 New York. Loudoun had created a fair number of chances since New York sucker punched them in the 4th minute of play. Omar So grabbed the opening goal.
Yeah, Ryan Martin has got to be so disappointed. He set his guys up so well. They've played a very good game. It's a mistake that's let them down there. They've worked too hard for that. They're going to have to pick themselves back up and go again, though.
The foul was from Ofori, and it sets up a free kick for Loudoun. Pancho's over the ball. He's not the only one. And with 3 over the ball, you're creating a lot of options here for Red Bulls to try and pick up, whether they go short or long.
Come on, Logan.
Get this right in the center of the goal and let one of the big guys go attack it.
Pancho left it short.
Not quite.
Swept wide. Now Mustafa. Zielinski eyes him. Mel. Smake. Turning in, pass. Downshifting, Zielinski getting back to his more favored side. Play allowed to continue. Covered by Mitchell. And Mitchell now carries forward. Jake LaCava. LaCava seeking ball through the penalty area, slowly meandering toward the spot. Loudoun carries out the other way, 67th minute, and Pass cuts inside. Zielinski got a piece.
It's getting a bit more end-to-end now, isn't it? Loudoun go pick themselves back. Oh, good little ball.
Pass from Kudapetro. Appeal for a handball. It did get off Zielinski. Free kick, Loudoun.
Time wasting.
Need a better delivery this time. They need to get it in for and let their big guys go and attack it.
So for Red Bulls, running out of options off their bench. Athletic trainer goes to work. You'll note no one from Loudoun was coming over to stretch those hamstrings this time around. Apparently that was a one-time deal, and so...
No, now they're losing. There's bigger fish to fry now. We need a goal.
Sal
no
makes
time
his way
for
off.
that.
Omar So getting some of that hydration packet in. Well, the options remain here. Garay and Kudapetro.
Go down.
Need a good delivery here.
Go.
Garay to the back post. Header floated over by Akwe. Did indeed get in behind Marcucci.
Good, decent ball, actually. The keeper was in no man's land for a second.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, selectsportamerica.com. This will find So. So creates, deflects off of Mel and out for a corner.
Some great goalkeeping on the other end for that through ball, actually, that helps set up this chance. Got to be alive. You need your goalkeeper to be like a sweeper that can sweep up anything that comes through.
One guy needs to be man enough to just go through it. Look how far ahead he is right now. Yeah. And as soon as you beat this center back, it's just I kind of wish I was at that game when I scored from like the 20, 20.
It'll be Edelman. It's a good effort by Farron. Skied by Ofori. Free kick, New York.
Slowing down the game now, guys going down. He may be hurt, but it just falls into Red Bull's plan. Slow it down, get the tempo out of the game. We want to see tempo though, right? Watching the game. Believe it or not, I'm a neutral.
Knapp remains down here. Knapp was actually in the Red Bull Academy, but played his college ball at Montclair State, where Red Bull 2 home games occur, and he gets caught.
Ooh, Studs went right. I see why he went down.
Smake got him. And he continues to be looked at. He was the midfielder of the year at Montclair State in that conference. This is his first professional contract and playing a pretty big role in midfield on the night.
Is that the same guy as again?
It is.
Talking about
and
cheeseburgers.
that is not Ryan Martin.
Oh my God.
Knapp will make his way off. Greetings to those.
Let's see if they show Dave Casper again. See if I get. No, Dave Casper was good to me. I haven't talked much about DC United, but when I went over there, you know, the trade was a big deal when I went. I was still down in the dumps a little bit, and they really like nurtured me, and then he looked after me.
Oh, floated ahead. That's easy enough for Florida. Casper now the president of soccer operations for DC United.
I've got to say the same about Ben Olsen as well. He was one that, you know, went in there and he really provided a platform for me to go and enjoy my football and play. He was a great coach for that, for attacking players to go and express themselves. Like the likes of myself, Luciano Acosta, Patrick Nyarko. Had some good times.
Why are you talking to our guy? He didn't do anything. He's trying to get the ball. Go, my white. Let's go. Stop allowing bullies to win.
At this point, it appears Danielle Chesky just trying to lay down ground rules the rest of the way. It's gotten chippy in moments. Long ball forward. The header away. The goalkeeper, Marcucci. Edelman taken out.
The cards are coming out now.
Poncho goes into the book.
We still have plenty more players that need yellows. Don't worry. Oh, the agony. Oh. You haven't yellowed everyone yet. We're getting close, though.
There is a change for New York, congruent to the card being given to Logan Poncho. Red Bulls will turn to Austin Brummett. Former Seattle Sounders youth will replace Omar Sow, who scored the opening goal of this game all the way back in the 4th minute. Was dealing with a little bit of cramping. The game went along.
He's mouthing off to us.
Give him a red! Give him a red!
75, grow up!
Well, there's a yellow given to somebody on the New York bench, too. Lloyd's about to get a yellow card, I think. When these sort of games that have a little bit of a rivalry tint to them begin to boil over, it's sort of important for the referee to make sure it doesn't bubble over, right?
That's true.
A handful of cards at this stage may stem that tide.
Yeah, the referee has to be on top of it. Sometimes they're a bit lenient at the beginning. Sometimes they stamp it out early. There's been a lot of cards lately, though. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a possible red the way it's going for a second yellow.
Carmona. High over the crossbar. Omar Sow is the one who got the yellow card from the bench and might still be having words there.
Come on, Loudoun!
Loudoun need to settle back down and get back to their game that they were before the goal went in. They've been hit by that goal, really and truly. They haven't been able to get going again. They've made a few changes as well. Need to get their rhythm back.
Well, New York has advantage played. LaCava ripped out by DeShields. If you're Loudoun, how do you do that now? How do you get that genie back in the bottle and find that rhythm once more?
I would say, Mustafa, your team, because you're the star on that team. Your team needs you. You got to get on it. Start doing what you were doing in the first half again. He's drifted out the game. One thing about wingers often drift out the game. He's drifted out a little bit. He needs to go and get it again. Go and get it, get that spark back, and it will give everybody a lift.
Come on, Loudoun! Why would we do that? He did. You're the code. Good win.
Mel rises up. A little bit of confusion there between Knapp.
There you go, Mustafa. Go make something happen for your team.
There he goes, the slip ahead. Saw Poncho.
They have changed left back as well to probably handle him.
LaCava powers ahead. Good ball forward. Chance here, perhaps. The cross is cut out from Brummett. Brummett after it again. And now Ford has picked it up.
That's better from Jake LaCava. Driving run through the midfield. Expected probably a lot more driving runs from him, but he's got 15 minutes to make a little mark on this game.
LaCava again. LaCava slips through once more. The contact in from behind. Mitchell went down. Play continues. Edelman sets up LaCava. Edelman turns with a deflection and again rips off the shields.
There you go, LaCava. That's more like it. He's getting into the game a little bit. I imagine John Wollanek probably said some things at halftime. There was an MLS game when John Wollanek was actually Red Bulls 2 coach, and he came to me at halftime and gave me some great advice about crossing the ball and picking out a player, which I've said a lot today, actually.
If the advice is good.
And it actually ended up, I had the situation where I was in the wide area and I picked out a guy and we scored. So that's my John Wollanek story. He's got a good team behind him as well. He's got Ibrahim Sagaya back there. He's a guy that I played with. Very experienced guy. Great guy as well.
Garay will come off now. I believe Sagaya's had to coach a game or two with John Wollanek sent off. If memory serves, perhaps once at Louisville comes to mind.
I'm just smiling thinking of Sagaya, man. He was always a teammate. Always a good time around him.
Brilliant ball forward by Paz. Samake, no. Will be a corner. Well, they're starting to get a real energy in this place.
I think the fans are willing them on as well. Always helps, man. Fans, it definitely gives you an extra bit. Don't underestimate the effect of having fans. When Red Bull Arena was full, there was no place like that.
Corner, Loudoun. Hammered away. The strong fist. A.J. Marcucci, the 21-year-old goalkeeper, making just his second professional start. Well done, Poncho. Poncho delivers.
That's what needs to happen, Mike. Little things like little bits of ability. One man taking on a guy. Someone else has got space now. You commit a next man.
Go, Loudoun!
A bit of skill.
Another corner for Loudoun. Ball bounces down. Pass toward the net. Recovered. Rising up Marcucci. That nearly got over top. 10 minutes to go. And we're really starting to see this game open up. Calm under pressure from Coup de Pietro. Oh. Well, the slide in by Edelman made for an awkward landing. Effort to flick that through came up short. Brummett took over, and now Knapp. LaCava slipped it ahead, gets the return.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Akwe. Akwe won the foul.
Good little run.
And when he ran out of gas, he pumped the brakes and let Curtis Afori do the rest.
Go get this in the box. right in the mix.
Nine minutes and stoppage to go for Loudoun to try to respond. A 64th minute Egbo penalty earned by Omar So. Egbo delivered, made it 2-1. So scored in the 4th for Red Bulls. Sammy Sergi in the 27th for Loudoun. Now in the 82nd, a header, snap toward goal. Effort sent to the knees of the goalkeeper. Marcucci's there.
Wow.
The flag was up regardless. But Uso, who's making his first appearance for Loudoun United, looking to just absolutely shock everybody with this.
They got a pile on the pressure this last 10 now.
Bit of a miscommunication with Farron.
Take your man on. You're needed right now.
The United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. Time running away from Loudoun in their home opener tonight. A loss to Miami where they were up a man 75 minutes. And while it can be fun to shoot fish in a barrel, they needed to shoot 2 and only got 1. They fell behind by 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. Janusz Lubo was sent off for Miami. And on the road 16 days ago, ended up falling 2-1 with Cairo Al-Mustafa scoring late on to make it a 1-goal contest. Can Loudoun get over the hump now? Coup de Pietro played it forward. And this sent well out of play. No risk taken by Amir Tombol. Corner, Loudoun.
Honestly, like, I'm looking at Loudoun. Sergi, he's missed. You want to see Sergi was putting himself about in there. He's come out the game and you'd love to see him in there putting himself about, trying to get on the end of this as well.
Corner brought to you by Loudoun Economic Development. The corner, ball knotted down.
Oh, that's a chance as well.
3 white shirts all crowded together and none made really good contact on it.
Red Bulls 2 right now can consider themselves kind of fortunate, honestly. But Loudoun in the last 20 minutes, it's not been enough. It's not been enough. It needs to be a bit more. Like the beginning of the game, they were threatening the goal. They were getting balls across the box.
AJ Marcucci drives this away. John Wolnick said he was the man of the match for Red Bulls against Miami. It was a 1-0 loss last time out for New York. Trying to avoid a 4th match without a victory this year. They won 5 games a year ago, a team that rarely, if ever, were out of playoff contention in the first 5 years of their franchise history. Samake lashes this through. Header away, Pancho recovers. Pancho!
Struck it well. Samake, I don't want you crossing from there. Take that ball on, commit a man like you did first half. You pushed it past a few guys. Keep being aggressive. But that was a good strike.
That's all she does is give them warnings. What they made the yellow card for means caution.
Good little turn.
So, Mustafa, Pancho crossing. That's short of Farron. Pancho once more. Oksana Fori. Good step in there by Carmona. And the long run, zigzagging forward. LaCava, Carmona, One more pass trying to lead it through. Falls kindly. Brummett lashes.
Jake LaCava, well done. He played a great little ball to Carmona, I believe. Can you get a shot off?
You foul us all the time.
Jake LaCava's grown into it late in the game. Commentator's curse.
Oh, if you're LaCava, you're saying thank you. This searching on Mustafa got the first touch. And the slide in by Tomble.
He got to the ball. All I'm thinking with my winger head on, can you chop back inside right there? Can you chop back inside? You got some guys running alongside you as well on the left side. He did well to get there. He's got to be exhausted. He's been up and down all game. But you're needed. You were needed right there. Can you show for your man? Guys are kind of tired towards the end of the game, I understand, but need points on the board.
I think regardless of how this result falls, both sides took a punch and didn't have a glass chin tonight, and that's something both managers seem to make clear. This is a poor turnover and a free kick. Egbo got a piece. Farron off that poor clearance.
Great position again. Can you make it count?
10 yards. That's 9. Come on now. Bring it back.
And you know what the fans want to see?
Come on, baby. Where's number 75 going?
Samake or Farron?
Is that wall 10 yards away? Looks real close. I don't think that ball could get up and down.
Lloyd Sam's got a tape measure. Well, if it's Farron, he'll look for that near post, one would think. Farron! Right where the post meets the crossbar.
Great shape, great effort. The wall didn't look far enough away, and he actually managed to. Let's have a look.
Let him be.
Wow.
Wow, great shape on it. Oohs and ahs. Oohs and ahs don't get you points, though. Unlucky, though.
You mentioned Dave Casper in the stands. Dave Casper was Massimo Farron's dad's, Gino's roommate at Maryland, believe it or not.
You're going to have to say that again. Dad's, mother's, best friends, aunts.
Gino Farron's roommate at Maryland was Dave Casper. Gino being Massimo's father.
Oh, got you.
Small world.
Okay, that's his dad. Okay, got you. Sounded confusing the first time.
I could have made that simpler, I'm sure. Dave Casper from DC United watching from the stands today. This Loudoun side has a handful of players that, from what we've heard, DC United is very high on at present. Free kick won by New York with about 35 seconds and stoppage time ahead.
Mike, late in the game, you can't give these free kicks away. You can't. Look, now they're going to bring everyone forward. Your whole team has to come back. About a minute is going to come off the clock. It's important. Your team's chasing.
Which is about what? A tenth of what it should be?
Right. I think we should have another game.
Carmona. The header forward, broken up initially, but not entirely by Tomble. 7 additional minutes. 7 more minutes. It's brought to you by Ortho Virginia, the official sports medicine partner of Loudoun United FC. Carmona. Watch out, LaCava. Settled by Mitchell.
Good dive, good dive.
Carmona got a piece. LaCava recovers off to the corner.
Good ball. I didn't even know he was going to the corner here. 7 minutes. That means game on, though. There's still enough time.
Come on, White. Come on.
Truthfully, we've only just begun here, Lloyd. Matthew Acosta comes on, the 18-year-old midfielder. Will replace Jake LaCava, sub brought to you by Segra. As this game progressed, we saw Jake LaCava grow into it significantly.
I agree. He's warmed into the game. He looked more, his distribution around the box, which I didn't even know was one of his strong points. He was finding guys in the box, in around the penalty area. I was impressed with his distribution second half. So credit him for warming into the game.
Loudoun wants to run, and why not? They've got the horses. Leading ball into the corner.
Need to see some white shirts in that box. I'm not seeing enough in there. I only see 2.
Well, they'll have them up there now for sure. It is a corner.
Look at Ryan Martin waving his guys forward.
This corner kick is brought to you by Loudoun Economic Development, a team that's always in your corner. Is this the moment where Loudoun can level it? The ball across. There's a touch from Marcucci. Mustafa rolled that forward. DeShields got something on it, and back to Forda.
Mike, I'd prefer guys not shooting from 30 yards when we got 5 minutes left. Get a better opportunity for a shot. You won't just take a shot from 30 yards like that with the ball bouncing.
And another free kick. This one by Farron. Yellow card to Brummett.
It's a lot of yellow cards now.
That's the 3rd yellow card issued to a Red Bulls 2 player. There are 4 to Loudoun players. And we'll look back at the end of the year when we start seeing accumulation suspensions pop up and think this was the game.
This is an important moment here. The Loudoun players in the box need to understand, like, this could be your last good chance here. Give it everything you got. Delivery has to be right.
It's Logan Poncho. Poncho.
Wow.
Remarkable hands from Marcucci, who reaches over 2 players.
The word pluck comes to mind. He's reached over and plucked that ball in front of someone's head or something. Great goalkeeping.
Trouble brewing. The slide in by Mel prevents any true trouble. Halfway through stoppage time. This game has been worth the price of admission. Up and down.
It's been up and down. Credit everyone involved. Oh,
promising for Loudoun.
And Mustafa was behind that if he let that go.
Mel. DeShields.
No
DeShields
fouls.
goes in. There's the foul for Loudoun. And New York gets a free kick with 3 minutes left.
Are you kidding? Oh my God, are you kidding? She even looked. You're the one who fouled.
I can imagine why he's that animated. It looked like one of his guys was about to be in on goal.
John Walnick's found his way to the other side of the bench.
There was some serious emotion there.
You want to talk about animated, whether he was playing or coaching, it's always been the case.
That was animated. But that's what the game will do to you. There's points at stake.
Leader of this Red Bull side from the start. 2016 regular season and postseason champion. That side with a very young Tyler Adams, Aaron Long. Derek Etienne scored a few times in that final.
Derek Etienne, that's my guy.
But Sean Davis, Ryan Mara.
Oh, you saying a lot of my guys now. Oh, wow.
All part of those 2016 championship side.
Ryan Mara as well.
Well, Loudoun deep in their own half with under 100 ticks to go. Can they get the length of the field, put something on target to try and get a point?
Good ball.
Excellent idea. Headed further by Mustafa. He pumps the brakes. He went down, edge of the penalty area. Daniel Chesky allows play to continue.
In 2 years, you cannot call a fair game.
Mel. Early ball. There's Marcucci.
Mike, I gotta say, Afori, the left back, he's come on and he's done a great job. He's done a great job on Al-Mustafa. Al-Mustafa's been quiet. They made the change from Castillo. And honestly, credit to him.
He's going to be under pressure again.
He's got another chance to see
if the commentator's curse is true.
Let's see if the commentator knows anything.
Combination broke down.
He didn't take him on.
Recovered by Loudoun. Final seconds. Marcucci will collect, and with that, he may be holding 3 points.
Lie on the ground for another 5 seconds.
Loudoun won the first 3 between these sides. New York has won the last 2. A 2-1 win away to Loudoun for New York Red Bulls 2. Give them their first 3-point performance of the year. And both sides falling to the ground of exhaustion or excitement. New York Red Bulls 2 get a huge 3 points on the road to Loudoun.
That's a tough one for Loudoun to take. They've been better for most of the game, but you know, you have to score at the right time. You have to score when you're on top, and they didn't do that. So they're going to have to pick themselves back up. Good game, though. Enjoyed that game.
New York 2, Loudoun 1. And you can tell just how much these players spent on the 97-plus minutes. As Red Bulls 2 grab a critical early 3 points, and Loudoun in their home opener fall just short. We'll wrap it up when we return to Loudoun after this.
In the heart of DC's wine country lies a retreat and conference center like no other, where award-winning chefs create signature dishes using local farms, where the wine is poured just miles from the vines and the beer is brewed right next door, where challenge courses invigorate and meeting rooms inspire, where the welcome starts at check-in and continues throughout your stay. Like Loudoun United, the National Conference Center builds world-class teams in the place we all call home. Saddle up.
This is business today. Fast, unpredictable, always changing. Shifting trends and technologies are pushing aside old rules. The unexpected is the new normal. At Segra, we'll help you navigate a complex future with state-of-the-art voice, internet, and data protection solutions. We know you have dreams, and we see your potential. Segra, freedom to grow.
Well, it's a barn burner in Leesburg. 2-1 Red Bulls 2 over Loudoun United. Spoils the homecoming for Loudoun. And you look ahead for them, it's going to be a challenging stretch as they go away to New Mexico and then host Pittsburgh and Charleston the first week and change of June. These points will sting. Post-game brought to you by Segra. Let's take a look at tonight's Segra save of the match. Not really a lot to do tonight for Forda. That's, I suppose, a save enough. That should be pretty telling.
Interesting.
All right, let's get to the full-time highlights. They're brought to you by Segra.
Let's get to the good stuff.
And in the 4th minute of play, the opening goal, a nice little combination here at the end between Raffanello and So.
Yeah, Raffanello gets to the byline, cuts it back to the striker. So puts it in, good finish.
We wondered who would get that first goal. It was New York who jumped in front, 4th minute of play, but Sammy Sergi gets the response. Samake getting all the way to the end. And Sergei needed 2 tries, but that's pretty convincing.
Yeah, you know I love the way he pushes it past his defender there. Sergei, I enjoyed watching Sergei. He was an entertaining player to watch. He played well. Would have liked to see him stay on a little longer, actually.
And make that a gift. 63rd minute. This is where the game would turn. The ball fired forward. So able to get in behind Forda. How much did he really get? That is a penalty.
I would love to slow this right down so we can see how much he really got here. But just handle this first play here. You're a young guy, so I don't want to say too much, but you've let your team down a little. You've worked too hard for that. Your team's worked too hard.
And Mandela Egbo steps forward a moment later. That would be the game winner.
Mandela Egbo, ice in his veins, steps up for the winner.
And the full-time stats brought to you by Segra. Chance for your final thoughts in this one, Lloyd.
Entertaining game. I've enjoyed calling the game with you, Mike. Both teams, credit to both teams, both managers. Like they gave everything they had. Red Bulls 2 end up getting the 2 goals and winning the game. But credit to everybody. That was a great game to watch.
And it puts Red Bulls 2 right in the thick of things in the Atlantic Division for Loudoun. They still sit at the bottom, but they've got games in hand on everybody. Well, this was the rivalry matchup that we all showed up for, and it lived up to the billing for our entire Vista WorldLink crew, led by producer Dustin Curl, director Gage Tillotson, Eric Valero, Lloyd Sam, alongside Mike Watts saying thanks for watching. New York gets the goal in the 4th and the penalty in the 64th. That does the job. All 3 points for New York as they head up I-95. Red Bulls 2-2, Loudoun 1. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.